All right, folks, it's a beautiful day at the old ballpark. So put your mustard on that dog, grab that bag of peanuts, sip that cold one, and let's meet our Tiger of the Day.
Today's Tigers video is Darío Agrazal. He is represented by a 2020 Topps Gallery autographs, rookie auto, slabbed by stats grading. If you follow the Detroit Tigers closely, you know every season has a few blink and you miss it names. Guys who pop onto the roster, show some intrigue, and then vanish into the transaction wire. Today we're talking about one of those, right-handed pitcher Darío Agrazal, and how Detroit's short-lived experiment with him fits into the bigger roster story of that era. Agrazal is a pitcher from Agua Dulce, Panama, a righty who came up through the Pittsburgh Pirates system after signing as an international free agent. His game was built more on command and contact management than overwhelming strikeout totals. Think, keep the ball moving, limit free passes, and trust your defense. And here's a stat that hints at that style. In the minors in 2019, he opened the season with a stretch of 25 innings without issuing a single walk. That's not normal. That's I'm living on the edges control. Agrazal reached the majors in 2019 with the Pirates, making 15 appearances, 14 of them starts. Across that season, his MLB line ended up at 4 wins, 5 losses, a 4.91 ERA, and 41 strikeouts in 73 1/3 innings. So while he wasn't racking up punch-outs, he did show he could take the ball, start games, and survive in the big leagues, at least for a stretch. After 2019, Pittsburgh designated him for assignment, and Detroit acquired him for cash, a classic low-risk pitching depth move. But Detroit's roster picture was constantly shifting, and in January 2020, the Tigers designated him for assignment, then outrighted him to AAA Toledo after he cleared waivers. That right there tells you the vibe. The Tigers liked the arm enough to keep him in the organization, but he was living on the edge of the roster, one move away from disappearing. In the summer of 2020, Detroit selected his contract again. This was the shortened season. Teams needed arms, and starters were dropping like flies. Agrazal was one of those next man up options, but the break never came. Soon after that call-up, he hit the injured list with a right forearm strain and later was transferred to the 60-day IL. Instead of becoming a sneaky rotation piece for Detroit, his Tiger story turned into transactions, rehab, and waiting for the next opportunity. By the end of that year, he was outrighted back to Toledo and then elected free agency. Agrazal is a great example of how a baseball season is also a numbers game. Options, roster spots, health, timing. A pitcher can have big league starts on his resume, get picked up as depth, and still never find the perfect window to stick, especially when injuries show up at the worst possible time. And for the Tigers specifically, that 2020 period was full of these short-term arms. Guys cycling in and out as the organization tried to stabilize innings while continuing a rebuild. So that's Darío Agrazal, a Panamanian right-hander, a 2019 big league starter for the Pirates, and a quick what-if footnote in Detroit's 2020 pitching carousel. If you enjoyed this Tigers deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment with the next player you want me to cover, because I'm always down to dig up the forgotten names from the transaction wire.